Third down and 20.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another picks video. Coming off a really rough week last week, but we're going to come back stronger than ever. It's kind of what happened during the season too. You know, we'd have a couple rough weeks, but then we'd bounce back. Got a lot of picks for you here, so if you enjoy the content, like, subscribe, comment if you have anything you want us to cover or any of that jazz. But with that being said, we've got conference champion stuff going on. Let's get into the first matchup. Let's go Bills Chiefs first. I am going to kick it off, and I'm going to be taking the Bills at plus 3.5. If you watch the 3rd and 20 podcast, you will see that I'm finally taking the Bills spread in the playoffs. I went one and one on them before. I am not confident about this pick at all, but I am buying into the Bills to the Super Bowl. I will take the spread. I believe in Josh Allen. I believe in the defense. I believe in Sean McDermott. Let's go Bills. What are you taking for this one, Steed?
So I know we talked about it before, and I was leaning Chiefs money line, but then you brought up like the past episode, and then you kind of inspired me right there with the Bills Mafia. I'm going to be riding Bills with you too here. I mean, we're riding the same pick again, but I believe in this Bills team. Like you said, the defense is a bend don't break defense, and with Patrick Mahomes getting cleared, yes, that's scary. But I still would think at the end of the day, this is still a very potent offense that can erupt at any time, and this defense can make plays regarding who is on the other side of the ball. So I'm going to be taking Bills plus 3.5 as well.
Yeah, in terms of player props for this game, I want to put the player props on the screen. They're just not all going to fit. But for this game, I'm going to be taking the Devin Singletary under on rushing yards. Just looking at the past Bills games, this is a team that does not run the football, which is one of the reasons I have been scared about this football team. They seem to not have to, and they can win games, which I don't think will bode well for them. But I believe in the Bills. I believe in Dable. I believe in the Bills. But I'm going to be taking the under on his rushing yards at 41.5 yards. I'm also going to be taking Stefan Diggs over 100 yards receiving at plus 106. Stefan Diggs has just been lighting up the NFL. I think has a very good shot of getting over 100 yards receiving in this game, especially with how much the Chiefs like to blitz on third down. I think that might create some space for Stefan Diggs in the receiving game. And on the other end of the spectrum, if Josh Allen gets out of the pocket, I'm also going to be taking his longest run at over 12.5 yards, also plus odds, plus 102. Like I said before, this is a Chiefs team. When it gets to third downs, they're going to be coming at you. At least that's what I'm expecting. And if Josh Allen is able to get loose and he's going to have a handful of designed runs, I think that he might be able to break a 15, 20-yard run this game, one of those staple Josh Allen runs we saw early in his career. So I like both of those at plus money a lot.
Yeah, I got one player prop for this game, and I'm going to be rolling with Stefan Diggs anytime touchdown scorer at plus 100 odds. So just kind of even money right here. But I feel like, Stefan Diggs has been one of the better receivers, and especially getting the end zone. Him and Josh Allen have that connection, and I don't see in a world where like biggest game of the year for him where they don't get in the end zone at least one more time.
That's all the props you're taking. I thought you were going to be a big prop guy for this game.
I like the other game for props. Like I'm looking at it, and Stefan Diggs at 97.5 is a lot. I still think he can easily eclipse that. I want to take someone in over like in receiving. What did you get Devin Singletary for rushing yards again? I got him at
I
40
took
and a
him
half.
under 41.5. I think the 41.5 is on FanDuel, I believe.
All right. You know what?
Take it or leave it, Steed. We're moving on to the NFC Championship here. You got 5 seconds to make your shot.
I'm going to do something a little crazy. His name's Gabriel Davis, right? Yeah,
Yes,
right.
Gabriel Davis.
I'm gonna take his over at 26.5,
I like that. I like that. What are the odds on that?
minus 114.
All right, all right. I think that's a pretty solid pick. I mean, he's the kind of guy you might be able to get that in just one play.
Yeah, that's
But
what I'm kind of hoping.
moving on to the NFC Championship, I am not a huge fan of this game. At least like in terms of the spread, because I do believe that the Packers are going to win, but I really don't like the value that you're getting on the Packers. I think that all the value seems to be on the Bucks. So I'm just going to be kind of taking a cop out pick here, and I'm going to be going Packers money line. The money line's plus 180, so it's not plus 180, minus
Ugh.
180. So you're really eating the juice there on the spread, but I'm just not. I really feel like this could be a game where the Packers win by 3. So I am not going to screw around with the spread. I'm just going to say, hey, Packers, I think you're going to the Super Bowl, so I'll take you minus 180. I don't really care.
Yeah, this is a weird game too because I could see it going either way. And I have a feeling the Packers going to win this game, but I'm going to stay with my gut and say they're a fraud team. And I'm gonna take two bets here on the line. I'm gonna take Bucks plus 3.5 to cover, and I'm going to be taking maybe some people are saying the bait, but I'm gonna be taking the over at 52.
I was thinking about the over. I don't know. I like the over. I really wish I was getting the over at like 51 to be completely honest, just because I'm really
Mhm.
scared that Vegas just kind of nailed that over under and the over is going to miss by like half of a point. That's what I'm really scared of. But in that similar vein of hitting the over, I'm going to be taking a couple of interesting props here. So I found on FanDuel you can do like longest reception, longest pass, all that jazz, right? And I'm going to be taking both the Tom Brady longest pass over 37.5 yards and the Aaron Rodgers longest pass of over 38.5 yards, minus 126 and 102, respectively. I like the Aaron Rodgers longest pass over 38.5 a lot. I think that is a great pick. I think that's one of the weaknesses of this Buccaneers defense that we've seen is just being able to stretch this team vertically. Aaron Rodgers is top 5 in the league at doing that, especially recently. We've seen big plays almost every single game recently from the Packers. The fact that that's minus 102, I really like. And, uh, on the other side of the football, this is just a Buccaneers team that Bruce Arians is going to chuck the pill.
Mhm.
I think that they're just going to continue to try and stretch teams vertically. They have the skill set to do it with guys like Gronk, Mike Evans, Godwin, Antonio Brown. I'm not sure I really need to convince anyone that their receivers are that good. Um, and I really like the way that the Buccaneers offensive line has been playing recently. This is a group that has just kind of been bullying people. So I think that we're going to see Brady have some time, and I do think that that results in a long play for both of these teams. For the Bucks and the Packers respectively.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to be taking another anytime touchdown scorer in this game as well. Playoff Leonard Fournette, uh, to score touchdown at plus 150 odds. Also going to be taking Robert Tonyan over in receptions at 3.5 at plus 115. You get plus odds on both of these guys who are just kind of sneaky guys with Ronald Jones, who's been, questionable for this game, and Fournette seemed like he's given a bulk of the carries now and is really showing up in the passing game and the run game as late. I think you get great value for him and Tanyan. He's just like a reliable target for Aaron Rodgers. So I like that. Also, I have a little parlay of anytime touchdown score mixing the two games together, and that involves Leonard Fournette to score a touchdown, Stefan Diggs to score a touchdown, and Travis Kelsey to score a touchdown at plus 750 odds. I will also be riding with that.
Dang, big touchdown parlay.
Yeah, give me the tutties.
Yeah, my last pick, forgot this one was on the card here, is I'm also riding with you on Leonard Fournette. I'm going to be taking the over on his rush attempts at 10.5, which goes at 100 minus 110. Like I really like what I saw last week out of Fournette. They were really giving him the ball. Keyshawn Vaughn is once again out of favor with the offense. You know, he's a rookie and he made a couple of mistakes, so they're not going to trust him. Ronald Jones is still banged up a lot, so I do think that Leonard Fournette is going to be the staple back for this game, and I can see him getting over 10.5 carries pretty easily. I do think that he's going to end up in that 13 to 16 carries range by the end of this football game.
Yeah, I like that. I would put that on my card as well. I'm taking that.
All
I
right.
had the line. For some reason hasn't came up on my book yet, but I'm definitely going to be riding on that with game day when it does come up. I think I got one more. I'm just trying to look at his past game. Ooh, this is.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at Michael Valdez Scantlin. Like,
Marquez Valdez Scantling?
yeah, Marquez. Um, you know what? Give me Marquez over in receptions at 2.5. He had 4 last week. I was thinking about over in receiving yards. He hit 33 last week, and it's at 32.5. But I feel like a guy. I think there's some trust there with Rodgers easily. So 2.5, just like an outlier guy could be interesting to watch.
Yeah, for me personally, I think I like the receiving yards there more so than the receptions. I could see. I do agree with you. That there's a lot of trust between those two guys. I just think that Valdez Scantling has been such a threat over the top for that offense that I do think
Hmm.
that he's the kind of guy that can cover that receiving yards over in one play. Now, granted, he's not
Yeah.
going to get a ton of looks, but it just that one opportunity against a Bucks team that we've seen kind of struggle to defend some teams vertically down the field. Obviously, not against the Saints, but the Saints aren't a team that really stretches you over the top a ton. They're a team that likes to dink dunk. We run the football. We have well designed plays and just control the ball. The Packers are almost the opposite of that. They're almost like, okay, yeah, we'll control the ball, but it's almost like when our offense is working, we are stretching you big plays, and then we have some stagnant periods. It was it's similar to the Saints, but also very, very different in the way that they score points. The Packers are a team that will score points from 40, 50 yards out, 30 yards out of the red zone, whereas the Saints were a team that's just, we're going to drive 15 play, 14 play drives and score on you. And I think the Bucks are more suited to that play style, the long drive play style, compared to a team that's going to be ripping big plays.
Hmm. I like that. I think that's it for picks for me, man. Like,
Yeah, dude, you were going crazy on the picks. You got a big ass card. So yeah, hopefully we have a better week than last week. Last week was rough. And I've been notoriously bad, I feel like, in the past in the playoffs. So if you want to fade me, go ahead. That might be a smart move. Um, but if you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. Like, subscribe, comment your picks. I'll read them all, respond to all of them. So thank you for watching, and peace out.